Could you take
Yeah,
Death Prophet here? I mean, I guess with Death Prophet, you
If-
don't have a vehicle for your Lifestealer still.
Yeah, Death Prophet is better against melee mid matchups. So if it's potentially Snapfire or Viper in the mid lane, it's not going to feel very good. Leshrac is still in the pool, which I think Death Prophet is just a poor man's Leshrac.
That's true.
So they could grab that. Their lineup is a bit squishy if they grab the Leshrac, though. Death
Yeah.
Prophet's a bit tankier.
Lishrac's surprisingly not that tanky. He just does tons of damage, but gets tankier with lots of items as the game goes on. Okay, they take the Storm. Yeah, I think that was I think you're right. Out of Spirits, that'd be the way to go. I think Storm here is a better matchup than the Void Spirit because the ability to jump in on these guys is really good with the Lifestealer.
Yep. Just the lack of the cooldown on that one. You tend to do a bit more damage. It scales better as the game goes on. Doesn't fall off in the same way. Also, jungle's a bit better. If you're matched up against the Viper, the Void Spirit will just be forced to leave the lane. The Storm Spirit will farm just as fast moving to the jungle.
So PA ban. What do you think the last ban is here for 5-man Midas or for from Beast Coast? Because they obviously they need a 1 position here.
They probably want to get rid of the Terror Blade.
Do you know if this man plays anti-mage?
Not as much. I mean, everyone plays a little bit of anti-mage. I'm not crazy about that. Actually, it's not bad. I'm just not sure it would match the pace of the rest of their draft. If you've got a Slardar on your team, generally you're going to want a Phantom Assassin or a Lifestealer, so they ban out the PA that's at the forefront of their mind. If they've done their research on kits, they'll probably want to get rid of either
Troll or
Morphling, the Morphling or the
Morphling,
TB.
Ban Drow.
Don't think that's what 5-man Midas we're going to grab.
It's a really good Drow game, though, looking at this already. Gust, incredibly value. You have Viper and Slardar. That would just crush heroes.
Yeah, my only issue with it is, Storm Spirit and Lifestealer together, they can get onto the back line pretty easily. Slardar is good at defending the Drow Ranger, though. Beastmaster banned out last year, so stopping them from playing too fast, which I like. They like running the Beastmaster on Beast Coast quite a bit. And they've got the Crystal Maiden and Enchantress. Lifestealer just allows them to push very early.
10 seconds.
The other thing, too, is you think about it, they banned 2 BKB piercing disables or just big team fight ultimates that you can play around. And 5-man Midas, they kind of just want to skirmish, it looks like, right? They're just skirmishers that go for pickoffs and stuff, whereas Beast Coast...
Earth Spirit.
Wait a minute.
Okay. I like Earth Spirit, don't get me wrong. I'm just not quite sure how he fits into this draft. It means you're either playing him, Crystal Maiden, or Enchantress on the pause 3. Enchantress, there was a patch, several patches where she was played pause 3. You build a bunch of stat items, send her to the off lane. That was back when Untouchable was a non-ultimate ability.
Correct.
Right now, it's hard to... It's hard for her to sit in lane, can zone her out very easily. She has low base HP. Her strength growth rate is awful. Tiny would be able to just blow her up pretty easily with any assistance from any hero that they pick up here.
I think you're right. We're probably going to see TB or Troll here, potentially. I mean, I just look at this game and I think Anti-Mage is an easy win.
Anti-Mage is an easy win. He hasn't played anything outside of what I had listed. Actually, I played the Faceless Void last game. I don't have that on my list, but I'm thinking it's going to be a Morphling or TB.
Oh yeah, Morphling, true. Yeah, I keep forgetting Morphling. You keep saying he plays it, but yeah. 10 seconds to decide here what they want to do.
I don't want to play against the Faceless Void. They banned that one out earlier, but it is not a kit's specialty. Let's see it. Oh, okay. They take what is best here.
It is. I mean, this is it. It's an incredible Anti-Mage game.
Yeah.
It's support Viper, so it's going to be the mid lane Snapfire. Okay, so this is something that I said existed in the collegiate scene as of a year and a half ago. This support Viper really hit the scene hard, and it crushed a lot of teams. And Shu was one of the people that helped create it. So I'm actually a little bit excited to see this support Viper.
It is hilarious. He looks absolutely disgusting right now. I'm not going to lie. I can barely tell that he's Viper. It looks like some sort of beetle, a bug with...
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. It looks like he got a gasoline spill on him or something. He's mutated a little bit as well.
So I mean, we're gonna see
ridiculous looking hair.
Stinger and Whisper. So that means you're right. Offlane Enchantress, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's gonna be 5-position Viper.
Yes. It is 5-position Viper, 3-position Enchantress. Schofield, it couldn't really be anybody other than him playing the Air Spirit. He is an absolute god on this hero. Tomato on Lifesteal, of course, KSY on Storm Spirit. They needed somebody as a vehicle and a gap closer to be able to get onto the back line onto RL on the Snapfire here. But Storm, as anti-mage, I think it's just going to be too good. I'm not sure how Beast Coast deals with it. It fights quite well into Lifestealer. You end up getting so much attack speed. Whispers and Touchable doesn't do very much, and you're going to be able to either Manta dodge out of both the Pole Silence from Schofield, the Frostbite from CM, or Counterspell a lot of this stuff. It's going to be an easy game for Anti-Mage, I say.
Yep. And it's one of those things where Counterspell, once he has the level 4 Counterspell this game, I don't know how you stick on him. You have so many great single target spells that you normally are like, oh, this is how we have lockdown. And then when you're against a anti-mage, those don't work so well. He just reflects them, or he creates a window where you can't use them, and makes them that much more difficult to grab.
Yeah. But let's see how game number 2 goes in this series. I'm excited to watch the anti-mage. Really didn't think he'd pick this one, but that was an awesome prediction there. And, it fits too well against these heroes here on Beast Coast. I'm happy to see them grabbing heroes that fit better in the game rather than who their specialty is. But that's just what I'm used to seeing out of these teams that come through open qualifiers.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. That's what we normally see here. RRL on the mid Snapfire should be interesting. I'm assuming you just go for an early Ags because it's just pretty dang good this game. You can throw in Tiny, you can throw in the Slardar.
It's too good not to just rush as your first item, right? People have been experimenting it with a little while since Pro Series 3. A little bit earlier than that, in fact. They would go Boots of Travel at Heaven's Halberd first. They decided it's the best just to rush the Egg and Inceptor for everything that it gives you. And you mentioned it before, you usually want it online by the 12 to 15 minute mark, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if you noticed, but they pulled Roshan out of the pit a few times so they can get their 3 stacks on Bash of the Deep.
A classic. You'll love to see it. And looking to take it for a spin if he can get his hands on Lifestealer, but he's hiding behind these trees here. Lifestealer saw him coming.
What kind of car do you think it is? If he was to take this for a spin, what kind of car is it?
In the Bash of the Deep? A 68 Corvette.
I was thinking more of a dump truck.
I see.
Yes.
We'll run the Corvette running on diesel, of course.
Yes, I love it. It's diesel, it's been raised. All the fun stuff.
And let's go. Monster. He's probably going to want to try to get a hit off onto Tomato on this one, but the creep drops low enough. I think he'll just go in for the last hit.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunate he doesn't get to use it.
Yeah, it's all right. He's zoning him out, makes it easy, and they're doing a good start. Stinger was trying to harass out bottom lane and did what he could, but the support Viper... I mean, the thing is you go through mana so fast, so he has an early Sage's Mask, 2 Enchanted Mangoes as well. And Anti-Mage has to be careful because Whisper does a serious amount of damage on the Enchantress early on as well.
Yeah. It's doing a pretty good job last hitting underneath the tier 1 tower. And look at this man, precision. He's just not missing at all after that last game on Faces Void. He is in the zone. He's opened his mind's eye.
Yeah, this guy... Oh. All right, Monster Courier does go down, but this lane heavily favors the Slardar when he gets pulled to his advantage. So as long as this wave is not next to the tower, like it is right now, but it's always going to favor the Slardar because he will just trade for you. Distance equals damage is the way I like to describe Slardar.
Yep. We'll go for this last hit, and then he'll trade with you again as you try to come in. Beautiful. You'll love to see it.
Well, bottom lane, this might be First Blood going the way of Whisper, and it is. Well played by him. The Enchant doing some serious work against the Viper. He did a good job at harassing out the Earth Spirit, but Enchantress just plays it a little bit smoother.
Yeah, I think he was gonna try to get his Wraith Band finished up and drop the parts on the ground. He just manages to drop the Slippers of Agility. Doesn't get the last hit to finish the Wraith Band, unfortunately. Oh, there's one item he brings him.
Oh,
Not
unlucky.
great. No. You finish the Wraith Band, it would be nice. I mean, you're getting a lot of auto attacks off onto Kit, so the armor that you get from the Wraith Band is going to go a pretty long way.
I looked top and I was like, where's Tiny? And then I look mid and he's busy killing KXY on the Storm Spirit. Oh man, what a sick rotation from the Tiny. We've seen this all tournament long out of this hero.
Yeah. I mean, this is I got a sense of deja vu. It was like what, two patches ago? I think that was 7.25. We saw just Tiny picked up every game. He'd walk to the mid and try to toss the hero back into the tower there.
Oh yes, that is what I would do.
Yeah. It wasn't fun Dota, don't get me wrong. When it barely happens, it's kind of funny.
He's gonna have to rage that. Yeah, he does. I was like, Tomato has to be careful because Sonic's going for the same toss back, but instead he's gonna find Stinger. If he gets the bash, he does a Slither and Crush, and he's trying to just wrap around for the Avalanche, the toss. More than enough damage between these two heroes. Oh, he pops the Fairy Fire. He's gonna survive. It looks like they held an auto attack because they didn't want to like steal the last hit or something.
I don't think Monster got the click off onto him while he was in the air. He's in trouble now. Open Wounds is available.
He does have Fairy Fire. Can try and turn around with the bash. Does have a Slither and Crush, and he's going to use it, try and run, but Stinger, yeah, Crystal Nova to finish it off.
He turns it right around on him. Unfortunately, he just got too close to tower, and they ended up getting huge punish off onto him afterwards. See him doing tons of damage at the early levels, of course.
I really like the Anti-Mage item build. Just double Wraith Band, and he's just going to queue up the Ring of Health to sustain this lane. And then you have a decently timed Battle Fury mid lane. TP coming in. It's going to be a Haste Rune top stolen by Schofield as they don't want to give it on over to RRL. And Avalanche toss. Can they finish off this hero? Almost, but now Sonic, he's going to end up giving a kill on over to KXY.
Gets his revenge now. Getting that kill on him earlier. 4 minutes comes around. Schofield was forced to grab the rune. Sonic KXY's not going to be too happy about that. He's just going to move to the jungle and get some CS there, which is something we talked about from the potential Viper matchup in the mid. If Storm Spirit really struggled, you know, he does jungle quite well.
Yep.
With Static Revenant and Overload.
You have level 2 poison attack now, which basically means Viper can kill almost anyone. So if he decides to get these 5 stacks on you and you have no way to kite it out, I mean, Enchantress is pretty quick. And you do have the enchant to try and run. Oh, okay, well, that's a lot of damage coming from the Enchantress as well. But if you can stack up those 5 stacks, it ends up pretty much being death for almost anybody.
Yep. Don't underestimate this Enchantress, though. A lot of damage can come out from this impetus. Especially when you have 2 Null Talismans, so you're actually able to spam it out. It's one of the beautiful things about this one. With the Crystal Maiden, so you got the Arcane Aura, 0.5 mana per level on that one, the 0.6 from each Null Talisman. You're really able to spam your spells here.
Yeah, that is true.
You're limited a lot of the time on Enchantress by the amount of mana you have and not by the cooldowns of your spells, so you have to be careful. Kit's actually is going to be able to come up behind him. I thought he'd try to get a couple of auto attacks off onto him, but he's just going to go straight back to the creep wave here. Keep his eye on the prize.
Shu really wants to go for Schofield, but they actually missed this deep ward with that sentry. But with Whisper rotating over, he's a little bit too afraid. Tomato's doing fine top lane now. I mean, until you get level 6 on the Slardar, you don't really have kill threat now, especially if you're a level behind. So you need these extra points in Slytherin or in the Bash of the Deep, especially once you have Corrosive Haze online. RL's gonna be able to grab a Illusion Rune, a nice toss back to Mortimer Kisses. Yeah, just commit them, do what you can. The Rolling Boulder gonna finish it off. Stinger tries to get outside, but he's gonna go down, and now RL's gonna chase after Schofield. A double kill for the Snapfire. I mean, that's a lot of gold going your way.
Yeah, definitely coming out on top of the Fortified to keep the Catapult alive and the creep wave from that Static Remnant there on KXY. Not bad, so just puts the Snapfire Illusions in front of the tower, trying to get as much damage with this Catapult as they can. You love to see it.
Yeah, sick play. They'll have to fort the wave here now, and KXY goes in and then sees Tiny and immediately regrets. He's like, never mind, I am not doing this, sir.
Turns around pretty quickly there. Kit's continuing to work on this Battle Fury. This build that you were talking about, the double Wraith Band into Ring of Health, it it's actually slowed him down a little bit, I feel. There was like a period of time where he didn't have money for his Ring of Health, and he couldn't get as close to the lane.
Ooh, Monster, you gotta have regen coming out on Curry. You do not have level 6. He has a belt of strength. Okay, he's in some trouble. Bottom lane, nice roll in. The Nether Toxin is there, but Kits, he can't get out. Silent Step goes down to the 3 points in Impetus, and now Shu trying to deal this damage back, but they're not gonna be able to do it. Nice toss over from Sonic. He will be able to finish off one, but there's no way to go for this Enchantress.
No, just have to wait for your spells to come off a cooldown. Pop the clarity. He might try to wrap around on Whisper here in a moment. We'll see.
Did he really die top lane? Yeah. Tomato and Stinger managed to kill off the Slardar. He needed level 6. He just couldn't get the experience for it, and then stuck around too long without having the regen.
Yeah. Tomato's doing a lot better for himself, sitting second on the net worth, and he's going for Hand of Midas first on the Lifestealer. I'm not sure if this is the best build, but maybe he just wants his team to feel like Hector's there.
They're going on RL here. The stun's not going to connect, but starting to fall low. Looks like he should tick down. The Mortimer kisses onto that Crystal Maiden. They trade 1 for 1. Shu, does he have the poison attack stacks to finish off Earth Spirit? He's got 5 on him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Snapfire DCs from the game. We have a small pause here, but they managed to stay alive on the Storm Spirit.
We can run the numbers right here. We can do the maths on this poison attack. What level is it? Level 2?
Only 2, level 2.
So if 5 stacks on it, he's going to lose 5% magic resistance for stacks, 25% magic resistance lost, and 8 damage per second times. He's going to survive.
Are you sure? Because he's got another attack incoming.
Oh.
There is an attack mid-air right now on the way to Schofield. Yeah, I did see it get thrown.
Is that it? Right. I can't draw. I think I see it.
It's right here. Right in the middle of the tree past the high ground.
I see. It's hard to say. He's
high ground miss.
Block damage over 50. So this might just kill him.
I think if it connects, it kills him because it'll refresh the poison attack. It'll refresh the poison attack stacks and probably do about 25 to 30 damage.
Yep. So he's got a raindrop, which I think would save him if it was level 3 on the poison attack and not 2. But it won't go
not
over
going to hit the damage
threshold. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh, it does hit him. Oh, Schofield.
And it's not over the damage.
Oh, 30 health. Unbelievable. He wasn't even worried. He had a magic stick.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. My maths is wrong. North American math.
NA brains here.
That's just under the damage threshold, though, so that was scary.
Yeah, it's pretty funny either way.
Yeah. They used to work like that for Visage. It wouldn't proc your Gravekeeper's Cloak wouldn't reduce the damage of certain things below a threshold. So if you went through March of the Machines, it would do full damage to you.
Yeah, I remember those days. I mean, they just can't get on the Enchantress. She's too quick bottom. Sonic gets cookied forward by RRL, ends up finding nothing, and now he's in some serious trouble. They're just going to get kited out and die. Yeah. All right, Whisper Enchantress. Be afraid.
Yeah, and meanwhile in the top lane, they tried to jump on a monster using Storm Spirit as a vehicle, but he just ends up slithering, crushing them both, and sprinting away up for the trees here. Teleport back to get into position.
He does go the Agi treads. I love it. This is how you have to play this lane into the Lifestealer. I would have expected... some people go the Wraithband, but I usually like the treads chainmail and then like a bracer, and then you're just like you can trade super well because you have so much armor and Lifestealer cannot really do any damage to you.
Yep. Lifestealer, he did pretty well in this lane as well. He went for the Ring of Protection and got the chainmail pretty early on with his phase boot, so Slaughter not able to do quite as much with the bash the Jeep. Oh,
he gets the bounty rune. Wow, that is unexpected. There's the crush, though. Monster, as we say, space equals damage, so Tomato has to run all the way back to the tower because if Monster's able to stay on top of him, you take way too much. And bottom lane, they finally get the Enchantress. A rotation from Shu, and the Mortimer Kisses will allow them to take down this pesky off-lane Enchantress. I don't want to see this in my pub, so please don't do it.
It already used to be a thing, man.
I remember. I just hated it.
Anymore, though. You'd start like 3 circlets and then a couple branches or something, and then you start building either null talismans or bracers depending on your need.
God, that sounds disgusting. Get that out of here. Oh, okay. Well, that hero evaporated. And mid lane with a catapult, they're going to get the tower. Whisper just TP'd in. Okay, they're not going to go aggressive. I thought for a second that they were going to go in, but Storm Spirit, he's going to look for kits on the backside. He has a blink in 1, will make it on out. KXY has no mana. There's a mana void available. Now, does he even need to use it is the question. Nah. He dies first. RRL, however, not going to be able to survive this Magnetize, I think, unless you block that. He has another boulder. That'll refresh it. He turns around with the Scatter Blast, trying to do whatever he can. So a nice 2 for 1, and refreshes the Magnetize again, and Whisper will finish him with another Impetus. Kits, regen a lot of health here, trying to look for a kill onto the Earth Spirit, but I don't know if it's worth it. You could potentially die yourself.
I think he's trying to get back in and mana void the Enchantress so it would kill the Earth Spirit, because she was missing quite a bit of mana right there. Unfortunately, he was not in position. Just ran straight for the jungle after getting a salve dropped onto him by his ally. So needs to get that battle here. Can't let anything slow him down any more than he already has.
Sick play by KXY here. He is going to get the bash off for a moment. You're out of mana. This is not a sick play, KXY. He went really far, overextended here, and he's just dead.
RRL secures that one with the Scatter Blast. KXY, I guess, just hungry for kills at this point. He's gone down a number of times, and the way you recover on Storm Spirit isn't really going to the jungle and farming. It's trying to grab heroes, I suppose. I mean, he's worth a lot of gold there on Monster. 261 gold. Rolling Boulder coming in.
Shu and trying to get out of here, but Tiny just gets evaporated by Whisper. They're going to be able to hit the Mortimer Kisses. Stinger will go down thanks to the extra damage there from the Viper Strike. So the Mortimer Kisses have been used to pretty good success this game.
Yeah, this one's... well, he's been getting a number of kills with them, which will allow him to get like a decent timing on his Aghanim Scepter. He's done pretty well with them, surprisingly, because I was going to say, you know, he's got great setup, but all he's got is the Tiny.
Yeah, he does.
So it's not a lot he has to work with. He's just been pretty on point with them, sniping them from pretty long distance.
One thing to note, Schofield almost has a Spirit Vessel. He went no boots, but rushes the Spirit Vessel here, which might end up backfiring at the moment since he has no way out. The toss going to cancel that roll. What a sick timing there from Sonic. The silence just not lasting long enough.
Yes, it does.
Schofield going down, and this will open up the top tower. They don't take it very fast, unfortunately. They don't have anybody that clicks it down much speed, but still looking to get a little bit of map control. KXY shoving in the mid lane at the same time. Kits might jump forward to slow him down, but the Stinger here is a bit scary.
Kits just really needs this Battle Fury. He doesn't have the fastest timing since he went for these Treads double Wraith Bands like we were talking about, which, you know, may have helped him in lane, but it's... Oh, the perfect reflect. He gets the blink forward with the Vortex plus the Infest Kits. He doesn't have a blink for a few seconds. He's going to go down, and now 4 heroes in the mid lane. That Cookie doesn't do much of anything. RRL on the run. Tomato with this fresh armlet with the help of Whisper. Nice Avalanche making some space. He's going to go ahead and TP in on the starter, but again, they really want this mid lane Snapfire. KXY, he's got no mana left to toss. It finishes him off from downtown, says the Tiny. His dying breath as he manages to finish off KXY. Now Monster, a great Slither Crush, running it, makes it underneath the tower. He's going to survive.
4 heroes going down. They do manage to get the Storm Spirit, which is one of the most important heroes right now, but not really worth it if you're losing the Anti-Mage. Just slowing down his Battle Fury so much, 14 minutes in, and he's still got 1,500 gold away from it.
I was wondering if he was going to come in to fight here because they have so low mana on some of these heroes, but a huge Avalanche and a nice toss trying to bring down the Earth Spirit. The nice damage coming in from the support Viper, but it's a 2 for 1. Again, favoring the side of Beast Coast. I mean, Tomato right now, he has this Midas armlet going straight for an Assault Cross. Like, he is so farmed.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, you know, he struggled at first to deal with the Slardar, but then after a certain point, another damage would actually stick onto him. And Slardar got his level 6 pretty late, so Lifestealer was just able to do what he wanted in that lane. He's going to move himself down to bottom lane. I mean, this is something we're used to seeing from Hector, just having all the farm in the world somehow. But Tomato, he's doing an excellent job as a stand-in for this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his performance last game on the Wraith King, you know, despite losing, he was enormous the whole game. You know, doing right by Hector at least, and almost carrying the game though.
And he's continuing to shove out this bottom lane. I'm not too happy about what happened in the mid lane there with 5-man Midas. I mean, they're trying to mitigate the damage, defend that tier 2 tower, the tier 1 tower, but they just kept on making it worse. We're going to have a fight break out on top in just a second, though. That's the heroes smoke back up and TP here.
Whisper would be an amazing find. The Troll Trapper, it's going to hold him in place. Anti-Mage, ooh, but on the backside, they're just going to blow up this Crystal Maiden. And they decide, you know, maybe we need to back on out of here. They have TPs, they do. They're going to make it out on Whisper, but Schofield, he has to just run. We're using this Rolling Boulder to try and get as far away as... He has 11 Spirit Vessel charges? What the hell? How did that happen?
He's collecting them like rare Pokemon.
When did this happen? When did he get 11 charges?
I suppose he just hasn't been using them. I don't know what to tell you.
Because he just never used his Urn. I don't know. Or that big fight in mid, I guess, gave him a ton. But yeah, they're going to be careful in the top lane. Spirit Vessel's out. A great two-man silence. The Boulder Kick Whisper just... The drive-by snipe takes him down. And look who's wrapping the long way around with an Invis Rune and a new Orchid. Monster in some trouble. Shu stuck inside his own pit. But RL, it's the target that they want. Monster going to try and offer some assistance. They're just making space for Anti-Mage. He's trying to do what he can. At least finds a kill there on the Snapfire. But... yeah, this is Whisper Enchantress all day, baby. He's going to go for an Ultra. A couple more impetus. Does he have the damage? He does.
Whisper with the Ultra kill. They don't find Anti-Mage, but all that space for him, you really badly need to make it, but I don't feel that was worth it. You got the tower, but at the same time, Tomato, he took your tier 2 in the bottom lane. He's opened up outposts, and you lost 1,500 net worth of the swing in that one team fight. Almost 2.5k XP as well.
Yeah, I did not realize he took the tier 2. That is a huge loss. And on top of it, he is now 3,000 gold in front of Anti-Mage. I mean, if they find Tomato's Lifestealer, which, I mean, that's exactly what Shu's doing. He's rotating in the jungle. Maybe they can find him. He's just outside of vision. Maybe they'll settle for that Crystal Maiden instead. Viper Strike is on. He just commits the Freezing Field immediately. He might die to this still. The damage, the Infest. What a sick save there. With Schofield rotating over as well. I mean, you might want to reconsider this. That Mana Void not doing much. Stinger, he's still alive, and now out pops that Lifestealer. Trying to find out which target he wants to stick on. Mortimer Kiss is coming through Schofield. Gonna dive onto the backside. RL, he has to run. The toss back. It's onto Whisper, but there's no follow-up damage. Cookie sending Sonic underneath his tower. But they're gonna keep diving Tomato. This guy is just so damn strong, especially with the help from his boys. Stinger finishing out with that Crystal Nova.
Nice, no angel.
And you know, we've been here before. I want to say where Beast Coast, they had 5-man Midas in this position. This game, I'm not sure they can make the recovery though. AM only just finishing his Battle Fury, and Tomato, he's almost got his Assault Cross. I'm not sure what they have to bring this guy down once he starts hitting your high ground.
Anti-Mage goes down to KXY bottom. That's that Orchid. He is level 16 on this Storm despite his 4 deaths. He has managed to recover really well, the highest level in the game. And it shows as he managed to solo off the Anti-Mage there, slowing down his farm even more. And Anti-Mage really needs a Manta style to have a game at this point.
Anti-Mage, he practically doesn't have a game. This guy, I'm not sure how he gets back into it at this point. I mean, they're going to be really limiting the amount of space they have on the map. They've taken the tier 2, they've got the outpost, the 20-minute mark is about to hit, and they need to find a way to reclaim this thing, but every fight is going the way of Beast Coast. Top lane, they lose Sonic, and in the jungle.
It seems Beast Coast is Angie here as they're just chasing after each hero one by one, as RL is going to be the next sacrifice here for Beast Coast. A double kill for Tomato. And he's baiting this. He's got this armlet he can turn on at any point. Shu doesn't really know what he can do on this support Viper.
Yeah, I mean, the support Viper, it's great until you find yourself in this sort of position where you're not getting to play that aggressive. You're forced to hold the base. You don't have any stuns to punish the enemies for diving the towers, right?
Yeah.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
He's just heading up into the triangle here. I imagine he'll just heal himself up on these Ancients. Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
Kit's doing what he can, I mean, the best thing he can do, which is really just cut waves, try and get to this Manta style as fast as possible, but they have a nice ward, at least to scout some of these rotations to the top half of the map, which is where Kits wants to be playing.
There's the Assault Cuirass.
Yeah, that means Roshan time, baby.
Yep. 20 minutes in, they didn't manage to take the outpost back either, it looked like. So more XP going the way of Beast Coast. You have to try to do something here about this on 5-man mines, but I'm not sure you're even going to arrive in time at this point. Or is it just about down?
Yeah, it's going to go down way too fast. And on top of it, you don't have the Infest right into the Storm Spirit. He's got a Kaya now looking for that Bloodstone. He's pretty close to the Bloodstone as well. Schofield just no cares. I mean, we see this on Earth Spirits all the time. They just throw themselves at the enemies for vision, and it's going to be really successful as it helps them find Snapfire as well as Tiny and the Slardar on the backside. 2 heroes dead now. Beast Coast just running down 5-man Midas. Now, can they get Monster? He's all the way to the base. You got no mana left on KXY. You have to back on out. Kit somehow gets a double kill, taking down both Crystal Maiden and Storm. Okay, he just kills himself so that he can refresh his Aegis. All right, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, just looking to push this out. I mean, the lanes are all shut at the moment, so they're not going to be able to take any towers off this. Instead, it looks like they're trying to hunt kits.
Oh, he went bottom. I was going to say, I think KXY popped his Aegis so he could pop the anti-mage, but he ended up TPing bottom.
Boo.
I love that. I love the
tower
boo
there
every time.
Like, man, I just want to see blood, okay? No, speaking of,
Bloodstone
picked up there on
I thought that was intentional. I thought that's why you made that joke.
No, I'm definitely. Yeah, we're 8 hours in the cast. Nothing is intentional at this point.
Dude, we're way over 8 hours, brother.
Oh, we're almost 9.
Yeah.
Okay. We're 9 hours in the cast. Nothing is intentional at this point.
Tower is under attack.
We're delusional. It don't matter though. We're having a good time in the jungle. Goodbye, Shu. This is KXY's time, right? Every time he sees a hero solo, he can just pick him off, especially these supports like this Viper, who's super squishy. Like, he has a Veil of Discord. It doesn't really give you any survivability against this Storm Spirit.
This Storm Spirit is just oh my god, what are you doing, KXY? He's forcing out this spell.
Can they punish this? You're kidding, KXY. Oh my god, what a snipe by RRL. KXY trying to style on the guys. I mean, rightfully so. They are so damn far ahead, a 19,000 gold advantage, but you know, you gotta be careful sometimes.
They try to Ringing Fire here on Tomato, but he's just heal back up, immediately starts whacking away on these creeps, taking advantage of his feast. Needs to find something to open wounds. The Ancients will respawn in a second. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. But getting that kill on Storm Spirit with that freshly completed Bloodstone, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean, he's back to what, 14? He has 12. Okay, so he lost 2 stacks. Not the end of the world, but it's mainly just gave 500 gold to the anti-mage. Oh yeah, he did gain 1 too. Yes, you're right. You lose 3 every death now, right?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Anti-mage got to be careful. Bottom is Enchantress. She's coming in. What is she? Building an Orchid? Yes, she is.
I mean, great item against the anti-mage. He's going to have his Manta style by then, obviously. But it's still, it'll work against several of these heroes here. It'll stop Viper from being able to trade into you that well. Tiny, of course, not being able to toss Avalanche.
The gobble up. Avalanche toss. Lifestealer almost dies in the process. Has to go ahead and use that Infest. They're looking for kits, though. He has 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 on Blink. Beautiful silence. Roll off the mark, though. Kits should be able to get on out of here now. Rolling Boulder going to continue. Schofield trying to keep the Magnetize running, but hits him with a Spirit Vessel instead. Kits, he's got to get out. You cannot let this Lifestealer get to you. The Blink. Oh, he completely whiffed it.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
Oh, no. That is a disaster. I'm not sure. Maybe he clicked the map by mistake or something.
I'm assuming so, yeah. He probably wanted to blink left. Like top left, and maybe just hit the map.
Oh no, that's that could just be it for him. There's no way he has his Manta style online by the time they shove in this base here, and that's exactly what they're doing. He needs to be alive to keep the lanes pushed in the very least. Tomato, he's not slowing down. And
you have a Slardar that's building a Aghanim Scepter instead. Like, Sonic's trying to do what he can on this Tiny, and you know, the Veil amplification, especially with the Gobble Up, they've been doing some work. They're going to spit in the Slardar, but they get the Rage off in time, and now you might have just baited your own Slardar. He just goes down so fast. Should die to the Soul Burn here. Yes, he does. Another kill for KXY.
Monster. Nothing he's able to do. His game completely shut down. Still 400 gold away from his eggs, and 23k net worth up at 25 minutes in the game. You know, we saw a similar story last game, but I'm not sure what the method of getting back into this is here. Anti-Mage's game just came online way too slow. We're
Yeah.
25 minutes in and no Manta style yet.
The Dire scan out Anti-Mage perfectly, and guess what? KXY, he's gonna come bottom. As soon as he sees the Anti-Mage, he's waiting for him on the next creep wave. He's gonna reveal, and in comes Storm Spirit. Orchid on the mark, no Manta completed, using the Vortex to finish him off. And that's exactly what you're gonna see from this Storm. Beautiful plays here from KXY, and in the mid lane, you know, you almost take down Whisper, but he pops the BKB, and they just send the corpse of Viper in the middle of him.
Take this one instead, he says. But nothing is going to make a difference. Your Raxes are going down here. Tomato, he backs off just to grab a... I think he's going to grab a Spirit Vessel charger. Schofield not using it on him, though. Heals up off the creeps. Use it on himself instead. Bottom lane is opened up as well, and I think they'll just do this the secure way, get themselves mega creeps in. They're in a panic here on 5-man Mighty, drawing lines all across the map.
Yeah, I think it's time for the Rave show on the mini map is what they're leaning towards. They're pinging deep into the base. Schofield, he's ready to go. Question is who's gonna find? He just goes for it. YOLO's on in. The Gobble Up does find the Storm Spirit, but he gets the health heal off there thanks to that Bloodstone, and there's no way to reduce it. He reflects the Orchid and pops KXY. All right, well, at least he's having some fun to finish off the game. Anti-Mage, you know, he's doing what he can. KXY basically, he's having a rough time.
Yeah, if he can't get a kill on you, he'll at very least, or if he can't win, he'll very least style on you. He does end up dropping. Couldn't survive that one. Whisper.
Beast Coast just running him down one by one. The amount of damage. Give him the Rampage. Whisper Rampage takes it, baby, to end the game just in time. Love to see it.
Just to bring offlane Enchantress back for your sake, Ricky, but Beast Coast managing to cinch out game number 2. The first one, pretty rough for them, even though it looked like they had it secured. But no, incredibly strong team and great lineup here. Anti-Mage just didn't come online fast enough.
Yep, I think you're right. This was just the offlane Enchantress is pretty much the MVP here by far. Like, she shut down this lane so hard, and they had no way of like really coming back into the game because Storm Spirit kind of like he went off to a little bit of a bad start, but still managed to recover. And once you have Orchid on this hero, there's really no way to like play this as the Anti-Mage because you have to have a Manta style, and he was just so far behind. Yeah, and at that point, Beast Coast just know like they can pretty much do whatever they want.
Actually out damaging everybody on his team. 28,000 hero damage here on the position 3 Enchantress. Tomato, you know, definitely their building hitter, put his work in this game. There's no way for Anti-Mage to stand up to him as the game went on. So solid performance out of everybody on Beast Coast, but Whisper definitely the MVP of this one in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness, Neff, what a day of Dota 2. Oh my goodness. 8
sure
fantastic games.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you'd enjoy the first 3 series the most, but that last one, game number 7 of today, where the open qualifier stack 5-man Midas managed to come back into that one with Kits' Faceless Void. That was a great way to round out the day.
Yeah, to anyone who maybe didn't get to catch all of Game 7 for today, Game 1 of Beast Coast versus 5-man Midas, I highly recommend going back, watching the VOD, checking it out. It was an absolute blast. A wild ride indeed, and that's going to do it. We finished all 8 games. They're down. We have 2 more days of group stage. Tomorrow, we're going to kick it off with some South American Dota. Neff, are you ready? You want to hear who we got?
Give it to me, man.
It's Team Brazil versus Jaguares. All right. But that ain't it. It's then Team Brazil versus Thunder Predator. So another doubleheader. Today was Sad Boys, but tomorrow is going to be Brazil. And then we've got Beast Coast versus 4 Zoomers. And rounding it out, it's going to be Arkosh Gaming versus 5-man Midas. So we've got some great games going on tomorrow. And then we have one more day of group stage after that before the playoffs. But this has been an incredible day. It's been a lot of fun. Neff, what do you want to say?
Thank you, everybody who stuck it out with us for this entire day. I had a lot of fun. God, getting late to 9 hours into this broadcast. Shout out to Kits for his Faceless Void, and Tomato and KXY for standing in for Beast Coast. Being down 2 players isn't easy, but they're looking very solid with them.
Yep. Big thank you to Monster Energy, our sponsor for the tournament. You guys have kept us energized all day long because, you know, they're long days, and they're definitely not stopping anytime soon. We got all the way until the 20th when the tournament will conclude, but it's been a blast. That's going to do it for us here tonight on the BTS Pro Series Season 4 Americas, but that doesn't mean that's the end of the Dota. We got SEA Dota coming up next. I know it always follows the Americas. Not exactly sure what time, so definitely just stay tuned. I'm sure.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Wow. There you go. No stopping on this channel. That means they're probably going to tell me to cut this like ASAP. So that's going to do it. If you guys are not following Neff, check out Neff on Twitch and Twitter. You can check him out at Neff Sensei. His tag's on the screen. And you can also find me here on Twitch and on Twitter at ArtCryptic for you know, all this Dota 2 action. It's what we do. We have a blast. We thank you guys immensely. Have an absolutely wonderful night. Thank you all for watching.